Exactly. We're being stared at by people.
Yeah, okay. That's my
Okay.
life.
Yeah. Okay. So, everyone meet Ricky.
Thank you. Hi.
Thank you for being here.
It's awesome.
Non-Nostr user that
Not
will
yet.
be a Nostr user at the end of this
Yes,
recording.
of
Yes.
course.
Okay.
You're gonna Nostr pill me? Is that a
Purple pill you.
purple pill
See,
you?
he's so
Purple
not a
pill you.
Nostr. He doesn't even know this. I'm gonna
Sorry,
purple pill
guys.
him. Okay. So Ricky here is gonna introduce himself to you guys because he has a pretty interesting story and he is really cool. He's fun.
Thank you, thank you. So my name is Rikki. I am an activist. Actually, I worked in politics and human rights for a long time. And then in the US, back in 2016, I discovered Bitcoin. And I realized Bitcoin is not an asset to get rich fast, but it's a super powerful tool to protect human rights and financial freedom all over the world. So that became an obsession. I started studying deeply, and I took back my knowledge in Italy. I am the host of the Bitcoin Italia podcast, that it's the first podcast on Bitcoin in Italian. And I have another project called Bitcoin Explorers. That's an English project. We traveled the world with my partner Laura, and we chronicle Bitcoin adoption, especially in emerging markets.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun and a lot of good work to be able to bridge new people into Bitcoin. So, um, let's start with how what made you do well, no, actually, let's start with the fact that human rights, okay, that makes total sense with Bitcoin. And usually we get people that are in Bitcoin because they develop and they're like geeks, right? Which are great. Thank you, developers. We love
Oh
you.
yeah.
We love you all. Without you, this wouldn't be happening. But as a non-tech person, as a human rights person, um, is it hard to bridge it, to bridge Bitcoin into human rights? Do people have a hard time understanding how this is important for them?
It's very hard. It's very hard because most of human rights organization, they are into the fiat system still. So it's very hard. They're used to get money from the traditional financial world. So it's very hard to orange pill them because they're very tied to the fiat world, except few notable exception, as of course we know the Human Rights Foundation. But there is such a missed opportunity there. I don't understand why all human rights organizations, they ask for donation in Bitcoin. They should, and they will, but it takes time.
Yes.
They have to learn.
Yes.
And on the end user perspective, it's also very difficult because in emerging market, usually people is not tech friendly. So it's very hard for them to grasp something that is so new and so disruptive. But it's picking up. Slowly, people realizes that this is for real, something that changes everything, and they're getting to it.
Yeah, it really does. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for bridging, because not a lot of people are doing that, bringing it for for humans, which is so important. Bitcoin Explorers.
Hmm.
How did that start?
Okay, I always been very passionate about travels. I've been traveling
You're a
my
Bitcoiner.
I'm
We're proud.
exactly. I've been traveling my whole life, and then I focused my work on Bitcoin in Italy. And the thing is this, as you said, in Bitcoin there are a lot of techie guys, developer, engineers. We need them. They're awesome, but that's not my expertise, so I cannot contribute there. And there are a lot of people that lives in the fiat world,
Hmm.
right? So I thought there is a bridge to build there
Mm-hmm.
because nobody's really doing the travels and nobody's really going where Bitcoin is happening and see with their own eyes, right? Don't trust, verify.
Verify.
So I've heard. So why don't we do that? And that's when we started this project, and the rest is history.
Okay, so for those who haven't been following Bitcoin Explorers, they're not on Nostr yet.
Laura
But
is.
Laura is, who's his partner. She's amazing.
She is amazing.
I wish she was here, but
We'll bring her.
we'll bring her. So Bitcoin Explorers has been through my area of the world, which is
Yes.
Central America, and I love that. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having us.
I want to ask you. You were which countries?
We did El Salvador, of course. We are having a deep focus on El Salvador because it's a Bitcoin country, and then we went through Guatemala, Costa Rica, Panama. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was.
Okay. You did Costa Rica.
Mhm.
Thank you even more.
Mhm.
So out of all of these ones, so you did, I guess, well, Bitcoin Beach, El Salvador itself is Bitcoin country, right? Then you did Bitcoin Lake in
Mhm.
Guatemala,
Yes.
Bitcoin Jungle. What do we have in Panama?
In Panama, there is really nothing going on.
Okay.
But that was very interesting to see. That was something I really wanted to explore myself because Panama is such a financial country, you know. It's a very fiat country, especially Panama City, especially downtown Panama, because the rest of the country is a normal Latin America, Central America country like all of you guys. But it was very interesting to me to see if Bitcoin is happening in all these places, what's going on in one of the main financial hub. So it was very interesting for me to discover that very little is happening there. And if you think about it, that makes sense.
It does. They are dollarized.
Exactly.
They don't need it. They think.
Not yet.
Not yet.
They will very soon.
They will. Okay, so out of the Bitcoin projects itself, which one was your favorite? Don't lie to me to make me happy.
No, I won't. I have to tell you, I left my heart on the Bitcoin lake in Guatemala.
I see.
I
Yeah.
really liked Panajachel. Is a place you guys should visit because the adoption there is booming. And unlike El Zonte in El Salvador, that it's a very small village on the ocean, and Uvita in Costa Rica, where the Bitcoin jungle is, there is another very small village. Panajachel is a big touristic city. So there's literally everything there. The lake itself is beautiful. The nature around it is amazing. But in the town, you can pretty much do everything in Bitcoin. We did paragliding. You can rent a boat, all sort of restaurants, clubs. You can dance up until 3 a.m. and get completely drunk and pay your bill in Bitcoin.
I like that. If my travel buddies are watching this, we might be going to Panajachel
You
next.
should, guys. I'm talking to you, Bitcoiner. I know you have a girlfriend that doesn't give a shit about Bitcoin. Bring her to Panajachel because she can have fun and you can have Bitcoin.
And for the Bitcoiners girls, like it's just easy. It's just
Oh,
we're
yeah, of
sold.
course.
We are
Sorry.
sold. And then fun and Bitcoin sounds like our life. Okay, so Panajachel is your favorite one. That's amazing. Right now, I know they've been working with Mi Primer Bitcoin to start educating there, so I'm really excited about that. What do you think is lacking in El Salvador and in Costa Rica to be able to reach to that point? Besides, it's much bigger. But what do you think made Panajachel such a success?
Okay, so I would put Costa Rica and Guatemala, the Bitcoin jungle and the Bitcoin lake on the same level though, because that's a bottom up adoption. While El Salvador is a top down adoption, right? It's state driven. And that makes a huge difference, I believe. For example, both in Guatemala and Costa Rica, there is a lot of knowledge on Bitcoin. Merchants that adopted Bitcoin, they know how to use it, they know how it works, they know it's volatile. So they really grasp the technology. And for example, One super cool thing that I was able to witness with my own eyes in Costa Rica was the spark of a real circular economy. Because in Ovita, you have the city markets. A lot of merchants in the city market, they sell goods, vegetable, eggs in Bitcoin. And restaurants in the area, they do accept Bitcoin as well.
Yeah,
So they go at the market and they buy the products they need for their restaurant in Bitcoin. And that was mind blowing. So exciting. The same is happening in Guatemala. Everyone that uses Bitcoin knows what it is and how it works. In El Salvador is a little different because you have a state-driven adoption. Everyone downloaded the Chivo wallet because there was the $30 incentive, but they lack education a lot. So sometimes they don't know how to handle the app, what Bitcoin is. Everyone in El Salvador knows that there is this thing called Bitcoin. But to bring Bitcoin to 6 million citizens, it's gonna take ages.
I think it's 8 million.
8 now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, El Salvador is very small, but with a lot of people.
They make a lot of sex and kids.
Babies. They like to make babies. Yes. So Bitcoin Explorers let you through that. You said you do that with Laura, so you both make content, right? What do you think about protocols like Nostr for content creators?
I think we are on the verge of something that is very interesting. The reason why I'm not on Nostr yet is because I'm a very busy man and I have to do my homeworks though. It's the beginning of a new movement. It's something very interesting. It's a cool protocol. It's not the only protocol. Others are working to achieve the goal. The goal is decentralized social network, privacy-oriented social network, especially. I think it's gonna take time to reach masses because that's the thing. We need to onboard a lot of people, and in order to do that, I think we need some of the major platform to start realizing this is a better way to do what they are doing. And I think it's gonna take a lot to do that. But it's always exciting when you see humans innovate.
Yes, I think we're lucky to be early to all these innovations, including Bitcoin.
We are witnessing, this is historical. This is for the history books. We're gonna be in the history books.
So do you know that these are the first long format interviews that are going to be going on Nostr?
Oh, really?
Yes. And I was interviewing the CEO of Plebster, which is a Nostr client. And after I was done, he's like, this is really long. How are you planning to do this? And I'm like, I'll break it and you'll have to fix it. So,
awesome. This is awesome.
yes.
This is awesome.
I am very thankful for your time. I I think the next part would be that next time we meet, you are a Nostr user.
I will, absolutely.
Great.
Guaranteed.
Perfect. Then thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'll talk to you.
Have fun in Prague.
You too.
Thank you.